After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the dialogue's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hi, welcome to, excuse me, my voice is gone. Welcome to Pen Hook and Needles Podcast, episode 92. I am Marlicia, also known as Lady Fernico.
My name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy, and I had to figure out a way to do that intro without us having to sit there through it.
What?
I need to figure out a way to splice it.
Okay, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but that's
well,
right.
Instead of us sitting and listening to it,
Oh.
I'm sure that every other podcaster isn't doing it. I don't have the technical know-how.
Well, what I'd like to know is how we can do so we don't have those beep, beep, beep buttons for the phone calls, so that I feel like I'm kind of not knowing when to jump. There's not a beat there. It's just like the beep, 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 beep. But anyway.
Yeah, I'd have more the ability to play with it if I could figure out that. But anyway.
Okay, we are podcasting. You can tell we're not in the back room today. It is very cold. We've had a lot of snow, and it's like 18 degrees out, so the back room was kind of...
It was an option, but we didn't really feel like going with that option.
We would have had to bundle up a lot more. I decided not to wear other hand knits. I'm going SG1 today. Oh well. She's wearing hand knits, so enough for both of us.
Just the one on my head.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. We're glad to have you with us. Yay. Okay. And we have 3 new members. We do. We have 3 new members. The first one is Lindsay. Who is Lindsay? We have It's Me Sue, who is Suzanne.
She also befriended me on Instagram.
Who?
It's Me Sue.
Oh, did she?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she did me or not. I haven't checked.
The only reason why I know is it came through my phone.
Oh, I haven't checked. Because when you're home, I don't check my phone. Everybody's home today. We got snowed in.
Which is why it's so bright in here.
Mm-hmm.
We have the snow, the brightness from the snow.
We should have some good light. Our last new member is Sarah Jane Designs, who is Sarah. We want to welcome all of you. We're glad to have you with us. New and returning. Yes, yeah. I did say that. But yes, new and returning viewers. And if you are viewing us and you're not a member of the group, please feel free to join us. We'd love to have you with us. We have a lot of fun, and we'd love to see you there and all your
especially if you're knitting a sweater. We want you to have opportunity to take part in the prizes for the sweater along.
There's one more month left, and so I know at least one of our new members. I noticed she does sweaters, and I didn't have the chance to tell her when I welcomed her.
It's Me Sue.
I think it's Lindsay.
I think it's Lindsay. Yeah.
But
I mean, It's Me Sue might do sweaters.
Well, if you do sweaters, I know one of them did a sweater for the Ravelinics, which means that it is eligible for the sweater along.
Please enter it.
So please enter it. You might win a prize. Okay.
That's
more about
fascinating.
Yeah, she did like within a week. I was so surprised.
Wow, I'm impressed.
I was really impressed. I was quite impressed.
On the Jane Richmond site for on Ravelry, they talked about the inland, and one of the members finished that in like a week. I was impressed.
I want to do that one eventually, but I can't put anything else on my hooks and needles because I already put something else on the hook. I should see later. But anyway.
Oh, I was supposed to give credit to that song. That was After the Ball Is Over by Ren Ross, and I obtained it from MovieAlley.com from Mevio, and you would have also seen it.
Yeah, it's on the
intro.
The credits.
We already talked about the sweater along.
Well, I want to remember to thank the people we need to thank, which is we need to thank 10 Hours or Less, who is George, for the 3 patterns that he so graciously donated to our prize pool for 3 lucky winners, 1 each person, so three a total 3. Very nice patterns. He just came out with a really super pattern that we'll talk about later for crochet, which I was really excited. So thank you, George. We want to thank Kathy913, who is Kathy, who is our co-host from the Knit Nerd podcast.
Very good, Mom.
I had a brain blank.
It's traditionally called a brain fart.
Well, I don't use that kind of language. Anyway, Kathy, who is Kathy913 Knit Nerd podcast, who is our co-host for the Sweat Along, has donated one of her project bags. She makes really nice project bags. And we want to, who else do we want to thank?
George, Kathy.
And then you have a bag from Denise.
Denise.
And we have a $7 pattern that we are donating for both our podcast and Kathy's. And there may be other prizes depending on how many people we have entering. And it looks like the chances are probably pretty good that we'll probably have one or two other prizes.
Yeah, we just haven't.
We just haven't decided what they are. Probably yarn from Stash or something like that.
Just to go over the rules again, although you guys are probably as tired of hearing them as I am saying them. The Sweater Along has been running from January to the March 31st. Although if you had started the sweater the day after Christmas, you could enter it in as long as it wasn't finished prior to January 1st.
Right. That was in deference to those who wanted to put the Hallelujah in, and we couldn't just let them do it. We had to let everybody do it.
Yeah.
So.
Whenever you do that, you throw off my train of thought.
I have been successful.
Anyway, well, I might just not continue anymore and make you do it.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you did it. You disrailed it. Okay, so you could do any sweater that's meant for a person, not for an animal or a doll. So it has to be, a person of any age, baby. I don't care if they're, just born to being 100 million years old.
Right.
As long as they're
a people sweater.
Yes, a people sweater. Then you can enter, if you worked 5 sweaters during the week, worked on them, even if it's like a row here, a row there, you can enter a progress picture each week for the progress you made on each sweater. So if you worked on 5 sweaters, you can have 5 progress pictures. If you finish one of those sweaters during the week, you can have 5 progress pictures plus a finished picture. I think that's everything.
I think so for that.
You see, you threw off my train of thought. So.
Well, you do it all during the podcast. For me, I just figured turnabout's fair play. What are you looking for?
I lost my stitch marker. There it is.
Oh, okay. All right. We did the donations. We did. Okay. We are at hooks. Do you have any hooks?
Yes, I do. Hold on.
Whips. How many do you have?
I'll tell you as soon as I do this one stitch.
Okay, I have 4. So.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I only have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, okay, I thought I had more. Okay, I guess I can start.
First. Oh,
I went first last time.
Grab your drink.
It's always magically my turn to go first.
That
just means that I'll go last for the whips. For the FOs.
Are you quite finished?
No.
Do you know what you want to say?
I do. I just didn't
you
want
just
you to
can't
finish.
do it.
I just don't want you to finish
anyway,
the sentence.
Grab your drink of choice, and if you want to eat something, I have chai tea because I'm cold and I want chai tea.
Yeah. Bat invasion. Okay.
What?
Bat invasion. I just felt like doing that. Because you interrupted me. Okay. So, in the bat bag.
You haven't done that one in a while.
No, I haven't. Made by Ploverbird. This was a special design she did for me. Although she might have done it for other people afterwards. I'll tell you what though, that yarn from the inland sheds on everything. So this is Inkheart, the Lush pattern by Tin Can Knits. I know, like Mom said, I haven't pulled this out in a while. Using US 3s and US 6 needles. And I'm using Miss Babs Yowza What a Skein in the fountain pen colorway. Making it for Mom. And working size 33. The pattern was gifted to me by Nurse Kim Knits.
Yay, Nurse Kim.
So,
Is this a medium or sweater?
sweater.
I need Ploverbird. I know you were on the Ravelry group recently. I need you to look at your big cartel messages because I need to talk to you. So, about a bag.
Yeah. Don't change it. It's looking very
This is so
purpley in
pretty.
this light.
Hmm?
It's looking kind of purpley in this light.
It's very blue. It's that royal blue that I just love.
So I finished and blocked the lace.
Boy, does that come out well or what? Look at that. Can I see it? I can't see.
No.
I don't have anything white to put behind it. They can see it. They can see it.
Not enough for my liking, but
It is absolutely gorgeous.
so
Now-
you can kind of see the lace work. I've picked up stitches for the upper edge. So this is going to be the collar up here.
Where is the collar for you? Just that? Is that the whole thing, the collar?
Right, yeah, this whole thing here. I'm about to do short rows to make it come in a bit. So this will kind of sit.
So it's going to go into like a yoke type of thing.
Yes. That's not going to stretch much farther, but just
Okay.
because I'm caught on yarn.
Okay.
But then when the collar's done, I just didn't feel like doing short rows right away. So as soon as I've got finished with the stockinette section, I was like, I'll do short rows later. After I finish the short rows and the actual collar, I'll end up picking up the same amount of stitches on the bottom and start the sweater itself. But the blocking, which is the main thing I was putting off doing, which is why I was taking so long on this, has been done.
So wait a minute, I'm confused. Are you binding off of this and then picking up down here?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the
This
top
is
of
the collar.
Okay.
Because this is, so you have the yoke,
Mhm.
you have lace across your shoulders and across the main part of your bust, the upper part of your bust.
Right.
But you have the collar above that. And then underneath the lace, you have the main sweater, which is
Right.
mostly stockinette.
So you started the stockinette here
Yes, for the collar.
for the collar, but you're going to bind off and then you're going to come down here.
Yeah,
and
after I do the
sweater.
short rows and some ribbing.
Okay.
And you can tell that by looking at the picture on the
Right.
pattern.
I was just confused because it seemed to be growing one way and then you were going to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, that's fine. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, you end up picking up
Uh-huh.
stitches on both ends.
Cool.
It's not something I've had to do before.
I really like that. It's so pretty.
This particular pattern does teach you a bunch of skills. You do have to know how to pick up stitches. You do have to know how to do short rows. You have to know how to do provisional cast on. I mean, there's
Now you can do provisional cast on and just put it on a cord, right? I mean,
generally with provisional cast on, at least the
related
one
waste yarn.
I use waste yarn. Yeah. Because you use a crochet hook to
Right.
help you with that. Can I remember exactly how I did it? No, that was too long ago.
I think there's a couple of different methods. The one I'm most familiar with in terms of hearing about, I've never done one, is with the crochet hook.
That's the version I did,
Mhm.
but I can't remember how I did it.
That's really pretty. I like that. The color is gorgeous. We have a lot of natural light coming in here, so I'm
Yes.
hoping that you're getting
The full,
the full color. It's kind of like Taya says, a little more purple than it actually is, but it's a real beautiful royal blue. My
Uh-huh.
favorite color, absolute.
So, yeah, it actually might be a little washed out because it is so bright in
Mhm.
here.
I feel like I have all kinds of light, pale.
I know, I feel like I'm luminescent.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see here.
Luminescent is a fun word.
I like
but yeah.
luminescent. It is a fun word.
Yes, that is the Lush. So maybe sometime tonight I'll do short rows, or maybe I won't. I haven't made up my mind.
Well, we'll think about it later on.
Yes, I'll think about it tomorrow.
I think we're going to think about it tonight.
I'll think about it tomorrow.
Okay, I think I'll move on to something a little smaller than the blanket right now because I don't want to pull the blanket out. My Move by the Spirit shawl, I worked on that. It's from the Recuerdos de Infancia pattern by Gabriela Ordonez, I think her last name is. And this, like I said, this is the second time I'm making it. It's I'm using a G-hook which is a 4mm, and Knit Picks Stroll Tonal Yarn in the Blue Yonder Tonal colorway. We'll find which, I think it's in here, or is it? Yes, it is. It's in my Lois Linux My Bag, Sarah bag, or whatever it is, Monet bag, whatever it is, and I did make some progress on this. I knew I was having issues concentrating when I had to rip back. This is not a really difficult pattern once you get the repeat in.
You can see the difference between the colors that we're working on now, whereas before it was a little harder.
Yeah, here, let's see.
This light is really good for that.
This is how far I got. It is growing very nicely. I think I'm about a third of the way through this before I like start on the border and stuff. It's got like 24 or 28 repeats of the 4th row before I can do the borders. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. You can see, I don't know if you can see focusing on the gradation of color. You got kind of a tealy, light blue, greeny kind of color and kind of a sky blue color. Very much, actually makes me think of the ocean, but they call it sky blue tonal. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. It is a gift for a friend, and I think she will like it. And that's back to you.
Okay. So put this down. The next one I'm going to talk about is Disco Nights, which is a Tortellino pattern by Valentina Cosciani. It is in my turtle bag. This is the medium by Cloverbird.
Cloverbird, that's a medium? Okay.
Yeah.
No, I want to get her large one.
US 2 needles. I'm using Wild Hair Fiber Studio Pinnacle Fingering in the Neon Lights colorway, and I'm making it for Davina. People always think I'm making a hat when they see this image.
It'd be a funny hat. It'd be a very, very long, stocking kind of cap.
But it's been moved. I think last time I mentioned it, it moved to a larger.
Moved it. There. You can see how it's starting to bell out a little bit.
Yeah, and I think I'm at 14.5 inches last measurement per length, and I'm supposed to be 19.5.
Well, the color is really nice with that, and you can get a good idea of how wide it's going to be on the bottom.
Yeah.
Even on the cord.
So this is very much something Davina would wear. Initially, when I cast it on at her anniversary last year. So I've been working on this actually about 6 months. A little over 6 months.
More than that, yeah, about 8 months.
Mostly because I've only been working on it here and there.
Yeah.
And when I cast it on, I was like, oh, I like this color. I'll make it for me. And then I was looking at it like, no, this is too bright for me. But it's perfect for Davina. She'll wear it most likely with her mitts.
Yep.
One
yellow, one pink.
Yep. Because that's the kind of hairpin she is.
And she has fun with it. And there's no harm in it, so why not?
So,
as long as she doesn't go to church that way.
Yes. So she'll have fun with this. She keeps wishing I'd finish this. But, I'm close. It's just that it's fingering weight yarn. This has been my date knitting and my church knitting.
Okay. I don't think
my anywhere not in the house knitting.
Right. I don't think I had my bear. I don't think I had Rusty the Bear started.
No, I think he's new.
He's new. So I'm doing my Rusty the Bear pattern, which is from the Amigurumi Jerry the Felted Bear pattern by Stacy Trock. And I was gifted this pattern, I believe, by Scarves Etc. Thank you, Nicole. I am using I'm supposed to use an H hook, but I'm using an I hook. And I'm not felting it. I don't like to felt things, so I'm not using I believe they said 3 strands of worsted together to be able to felt it. I just don't want to felt it. I want to have
Not to mention if you're using acrylic, you can't felt it in.
Right, well, I wouldn't have used acrylic. I do have in my stash some feltable wool from other projects. But I'm using Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn in an orange. I think it's like a paprika color. I'm not sure. I lost the ball band. And a cream color I'm using. Let me show you how far I got on it. It's in my Cloverbird chai tea bag. Not coffee, chai tea.
Even though it has coffee beans on it.
Chai tea beans.
Chai tea beans,
Chai
really?
tea beans.
I don't think there's such a thing.
Chai tea beans.
Sure, whatever
So
your delusional mind wants to believe.
I've started now. This is the head. Okay. And I'm at the part where I just have to do a certain number of rows around and around and around without any increases or decreases before I finish with the increases and decreases for the head, and then I can move on to the body. I love doing Stacy Trox patterns because they're cute and I don't have to really think about them too much. They're beginner friendly, so it means I don't have to pay too much attention except when I'm counting. So I'm having fun with it. I look forward to finishing. It's still going to be big. I mean, using 3 strands of yarn together or 2 strands of yarn together, I've seen some of the finished animals. They are huge. I don't need one that huge. It's still going to be pretty good size.
You don't need one at all, but
Well, I want one. It matches my bag.
oh,
Matchy,
okay, well, as
matchy.
long as it matches your bag.
It's Dawn's fault. Dawn is the first person I ever saw who had to be matchy-matchy with her bags and her projects. So I blame Dawn. Yeah, I know, I don't have anything to write down. I meant to, but
You're falling down on your job.
yeah, so I'm having fun with this. It's moving along. I don't know when I'll finish it, but I don't really care. I'm just doing it because I want to. Your turn.
Okay, let's see. I'm finishing up the stitch. Alrighty, the next project that got quite a bit of work on it is in my Knitting with My Bag bird bag.
I think it's cute.
And this is the Villainous, which is a box elder cardigan by Maria Lay, using US 9 and US 7 needles, and I'm using Dragonfly fibers in the Villainous colorway, and I'm making size 36. Keep debating whether or not it's going to be mine or Mom's. I think that I'm going to win it.
Oh, I think she is. I didn't ask her for it.
No, she didn't. I just was trying to figure out if I really needed yet another green hooded sweater.
What I need to do is if she has some left over is when I figure out what I'd like to use that yarn for, because I have a gift certificate for this yarn. When I figure out what I'd like to make it for, I'll ask her if I can use whatever she has left over for a gauge swatch, so I know if I need to use worsted weight, DK weight, or sock weight.
Right. So,
I like the color. It's gorgeous.
let's see if you can see the lace any better this time. You can kind of see the lace. It's not really lace, it's just a kind of pattern.
Kind of detailing.
So
Maybe if you kind of turn it so that's like it's flat. I guess you can't really see it.
I know.
Yeah.
I've started the shoulder shaping, which is why it looks so odd because it's all on one needle.
Oh, okay, I see. It looks kind of like one of those things like with Robin Hood or something where this is around the neck, right? And this is the hood?
This is the hood, this is the neck here, this is the shoulders.
Yeah. So, yeah. Kind of like one of those knight's helm things.
Yeah,
Called helm.
it does look like that right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I have places where I'm going to definitely have to, you can see where my finger is poking through. I'm going to definitely have to sew that in afterwards, just where I picked up stitches.
Oh, right.
A little more obvious here on this side, too. Well, maybe it's just obvious to me. It's just where the hood is, there. Where the hood was.
Oh, I see, yeah.
It's just where I started having to pick up stitches to make the shoulders develop. But it's starting to look like a sweater.
Where's the hood for a sweater?
Or the hood for a sweater.
And the beginning of the neck.
So I'm very happy with how that's turning out so far. If I didn't have really bad hair day right now, I would show you what the hood looks on. Besides which, I mean, with these little shoulder things, they look kind of funky anyway. So yeah, I'm really happy with how this is turning out.
It's very pretty.
I really love the fact that it looks like Sherwood Forest.
Mm-hmm.
It does make me think a lot of Robin Hood.
Robin Hood, the Robin Hood, with Errol Flynn.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I mean, this might have to get renamed to be Robin Hood, but
Robin of Locksley.
yep, this has gotten quite a bit of progress.
It looks nice.
I think last time you guys saw it, it wasn't anywhere near the neck point, so
Okay.
I was still on the 2 circulars at that point.
All right, let's see. Those of you who have been recently on our threads on the Ravelry board have noticed that George, who is 10 hours or less, has posted a new pattern, a new crochet pattern, a pair of mitts called the Berry Blossom Mitts. And they are crocheted and they have 2 lengths.
They're for the H and PHN.
Yes, they are for the H and THN. Yay, George! For the H and THN, that would be the hooks, and we are excited about that. I picked it up immediately upon seeing it because I wanted to, because it's pretty. I decided to make the shorter version for a couple of reasons. One of which is that we're heading into spring, and I'm more likely to wear it during the spring if it's not long. Although you never know it to look outside our window.
It's still March. It's still snowable weather.
Yeah, I think I'm about a third of the way through this. This is the first knit, and it's kind of, this is in Celestial Blue of Knit Picks, so it might be a little hard to see the patterning on here until I put the berries and stuff, which will be in a cream, and I'll show you that in a second. But I don't want to go into how this is done because it's a paid-for pattern, but let's see here. I don't know if you can see. That's focusing. Right up here,
You can kind of see.
you can see a little bit of difference, but this is kind of raised up, and this is flatter. So I'm working now everything in that pattern that raises it up. I'm not going to talk over you. Shush. Here's yourself. So I'm having a lot of fun with this. It works out very quickly. I would have been further along, but we were watching Thor and it was distracting, and
Yes,
also
it
the light started going and I couldn't see with this yarn. I am using, as I said, this is Brava worsted, and Knit Picks Brava worsted in the Celestial, and the color that I'm going to be using for the berries, which is why I call it snowberries. I had called it winter berries, but I'm going to call it snowberries, is this. So this will be like that. I think it's kind of classy. I really like it. It's a really good pattern. If you crochet and you're looking for a pair of mitts, check it out. I think you'll like it. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. Thank you, George, for making it available. You done? And done. Oh, it's in my plover bag.
Plover bag?
My plover bird teapot bag. So I'm actually kind of even today with Lois and with plover bird, because I like them both.
Okay, my next one is also George pattern.
Oh, I did want to say something. Can I finish?
No.
First? I did find that in order to get Gage, I had to go down a hook. He calls for this pattern for an H hook. I did have to go a G hook. I guess I'm just a loose knitter, so there.
You mean crochet?
Crocheter. Yeah, I'm a tight knitter.
So,
Sorry.
before I was interrupted,
It's what I do best.
I am working another George pattern, 10 hours or less. It is the Project Turquoise Love, and I'm doing a Lots of Love pattern. And it's from, oh, I forget the name of his ebook.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm using US 17 needles, Lion Brand, Pound of Love, and the turquoise colorway.
Was that the yarn that he suggested, that color?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not the colorway,
Just the yarn.
just yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've actually made quite a bit of progress on this.
She's doing a blanket, George, and she's not complaining.
You can see the hearts coming up a little bit.
Here.
Yep.
And here.
Okay, and I'm actually going to have you move your hand, Mom, so I can come in closer.
Here.
Mom! The hearts will speak for themselves,
They do not in fact speak.
so you can see them.
How many do you have? 4?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I have 2 other ones developing.
Yeah.
But, yes, it has made quite a bit of progress.
Is this, that's not stockinette, is it?
No, I told you, Mom, it's I think it's a moss
Oh, moss stitch. I'm not overly familiar with how the,
You know that's not stockinette.
no, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I meant to say seed stitch, but I'm looking at it, I'm like, I'm not used to seeing it on, bulky as much. I may have seen it in your other one. I thought it was seed stitch.
I was like, you know that's not stockinette. I know you know what stockinette is.
Yes, this is stockinette up here.
But yes.
Yes. I have to keep her on her toes. If I don't keep her on her toes, she gets lazy.
So it's been getting worked on. Right now, it's actually, in spite of the chart, it's one of my mindless projects.
You think the chart's memorized?
Well, it changes. So no, it's within the when you're in the row, you can quickly figure out what you're doing, but
Mhm.
I wouldn't say it's memorizable because it keeps changing.
This keeps it interesting.
Okay.
Okay. My blanket. I have my Lattice Trellis Afghan project, which is my own pattern. I actually got quite a bit done on this week. It's in my M&M's bag that I'm not going to show you at this particular time. I lost my hook again. I always lose my hook with this pattern. I don't know
Well, at least
why.
you can't claim a hook that was mine.
Okay.
Because
I'm going to try. I have to try not to lose my stitch here. Okay. Here's the doohickey. You can see the blue doohickey there. So it's
by
moving along.
doohickey, she means stitch marker.
It's coming along. I think maybe if I do another ball of yarn, or maybe two, I should be ready to start into the colored border here, or not really a border. I guess it's just a portion of the blanket. No, I am not Mr. Kimball, so yes.
From Green Acres.
Yes. This is Impeccable. I think it's Dusty Rose or something like that. And this is Yarn Bees Danielle Yarn, the Dawn colorway. And this is, I do this when I just don't want to think. I just have to pay attention to where I have to do my front post crochets and my
You
double
can just
crochet.
read the crocheting.
I can read the crocheting. So I'm having fun with it. And like I said, I'll kind of miss it when it's gone, although I am ready for it to be finished and do something else. So yeah, that's my last FO. I'm using an eye hook on this.
That's not an FO.
Yes, I know. I don't know where my head is today.
Not on your shoulders.
Well, it's on my shoulder. I can see it on my shoulders. But
maybe it's Mirage. Loki's
Loki. Loki's fault. But at any rate, I forgot what I was going to say. It's not, I used an eye hook.
Probably also Loki's fault.
Yes. Well, Loki has issues. His issues have issues. And Thor says, "I can kill you just as easily in this in this form as in any other form." We watched the
Dark World, which is actually pretty good.
It wasn't bad. Yeah, I thought it was going to be worse based on reviews, but it was good.
I mean, I don't like Jane's character any better than I did previously.
No,
it's not that she's unlikable. It's just that she's bleh.
Yeah, and it's not the actress. It's just,
like Dad said, she wasn't really fed any good lines.
No, I mean Darcy has much more fun to watch than she is. I don't know what happened to my book. Oh well, I guess I'll find it later. Your turn.
I don't have anything else. And you do the first FO because I did first two.
Okay, wait a second. I don't. How many FOs do you have though? Okay, just let me put this away.
How many do you have?
One. Okay.
You go first. You go first.
I can do that. Okay, my finished object, my, what do you call it, on the bookshelf, is my
We don't really stick to our...
my Candy Apple Baby cardigan. It's living in, currently, in my Lois Knitting's My Bag Lazy Gnomes bag, which I still don't understand why it's called the Lazy Gnomes. Talia gave me the buttons because I didn't have any.
I have a tackle box full of buttons.
This is it.
Buttons.
Buttons. I'm sitting there trying to figure out, I don't want this to be a boy or a girl cardigan because I don't know who I'm giving it to yet. So, or what the baby will be. So I'm just like, okay. It says on the left is a boy and on the right's a girl or vice versa. I'm like, you know what? It's a baby. It's going to be on whatever size it's going to be on. But I really had a lot of fun, a lot more fun doing this than I thought I would. The first sleeve I put on was a little troubling. I didn't realize it was kind of a drop sleeve, not completely, but because they have you seam across the top and then sew in the sleeve, and it took me a little while to understand it. So the second sleeve is much better set in than the first one, but they're both set in fine, and it does open up without any problem. I like the stitches, and I like the baby book that it came from. I will definitely do another sweater pattern. See, it does open up.
It's funny coming over with her how to put on buttons because she was wanted the back of the buttons being just as perfect as the front. I'm like, no one really cares what the back of your button looks like.
Messy. I don't like it messy.
Messy.
Messy. But I'm excited. This is only my second sweater and my first baby sweater, so I'm really happy about it. And that is my FO, and I'm not buttoning this correctly. It is my FO, and I'm happy about it. So there.
Good. Let me just finish the stitch and move my sticky note along.
I want to thank everybody who's encouraging me, though, because Natalia.
Okay, there we go. You said something?
No.
Oh, okay.
I said that I thank everybody who encouraged me to continue with it.
So, as evidence by the fact that you didn't see it in Works of Progress, I have finished the yellow sweater.
Now I can't lose her.
Let me put it on.
It's so pretty. She let me try it on. It's so warm.
It is very warm, and I probably won't take it off after I put it on. It does fuzz a little bit, but it doesn't fuzz on my clothes like I thought it would. So that's very nice. First, I'll let you see what it looks like open, which is actually pretty nice.
And have you put this up on your project page yet?
Yes.
Yeah, because I took several pictures of this on her. The only picture I didn't take was from the back.
There's nothing really interesting on the back. As long as there's any lace work. And it's actually loose enough where you can pull it a bit. Because the buttons tend to pull the button band. So I'm always pulling it a little bit forward. And I think that's just my shape.
Yeah, because it didn't pull when I tried it on.
I'm just a little hippie. And not as in like peace, love, understanding.
Yeah, I was waiting for it. But I was biting my tongue because I could hear Davina saying in her head, Davina out there saying, peace, man, and the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's the pockets, which turn out nicely. And it just pulls a little bit on the button band. It's not even that it's tight.
No, it's not.
It's because when you pull it, there's plenty of room in there. It's just...
There's a lot of give. It's just...
It just, for some reason, it likes to pull at the button band.
How you decided to place the buttons, maybe.
Thing is, I couldn't place it any farther, otherwise it would have been off the button band, so I don't know.
Right.
But it makes me feel like Audrey Hepburn when I wear it, so I renamed it Audrey. And it's nice, it's warm.
I was surprised that the shawl collar is shorter than I thought.
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of
a
times
little shorter.
the shawl collars usually go down the back here.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised it's as short as it is, but I'm happy with it.
But it's very pretty. It's not a complaint. It's just
no, it is a little shorter than I thought, though.
Yeah.
And I have nice long...
I put that on and it goes all the way down to my fingertips.
Well, you've got short arms. I've got orangutan arms. I have to make 20-inch...
I have normal arms.
I have to make 20-inch sleeves, which a lot of times this is 20 inches, so that folded up. I then did 3-inch cuff. But for my size, they don't usually suggest 20-inch sleeves. Usually they suggest like 16-inch sleeves. No, my arms are really long. 19 inches is usually for the biggest size. I usually have to go an inch higher than the largest size.
But I added on to my sweater, my blue one, when I did it because I don't like the sweater's bracelet length. I like it, almost hitting my knuckles. So, but hers, putting hers on, it goes all the way over my fingers.
It's just because I've got really long arms. I'm long.
If she folds it up, then it goes where I like it.
Yeah. On her.
On me, yeah.
If I'm knitting or something, I will fold this up, so it gives me flexibility. If I'm cold, it's like I'm wearing mitts. So
very nice.
It's perfect. I really am enjoying it. It's nice and warm. Like I said, someone managed to finish this in a week. It took me a month. You can kind of see the detailing on the buttons. It's very nice.
I have to make sure you wear that when we go to Shenandoah or whatever, so I don't lose you.
Yeah, so it's not many people wear a long, almost dress length.
I have one like that. Only mine is
bright yellow sweater.
Yeah, mine is what color is my long one? Green, I think. Mine is green.
This is canary yellow.
Yeah. Okay, so that. Do you have any rough drafts?
Nope.
Or writer's block?
Nope.
Okay. Next on the hooks and needles, I'm trying to be good and not put anything else on my hooks and needles, which doesn't mean you may not see something on the needles, particularly this thing, if I can't practice self-control.
I have several sweaters I want to start. No
I have lots
surprise
of things.
there.
Yeah, lots of things. I want
I keep wanting to cast on for hats and then
Mhm.
just random baby things just 'cause they're quick and fun to make.
Yeah, if it's quick and fun to make, I want to make something that is.
Well, I keep wanting to develop a gift box.
Well, yeah,
and
yeah.
that baby things seem to be the easiest thing to do that with. I just haven't gotten around
So I like
to
the
it.
toys for that. The toys and the baby things, especially now that I know I can make baby sweaters, which is a little more interesting than just making a gazillion baby blankets.
Gazillion, huh?
Yeah.
Is that the official term?
Yeah. Do you have anything on autobiography? Oh, no royalties? No royalties, no stash enhancement. Sorry, guys. We were good this week. I mean, the only stash enhancement I had was George's pattern for the mitts that I bought.
Sorry, guys. As for autobiography, I did some writing this week. I worked on both the shared story and my Beware the Batman fan fiction.
For me, I did.
This is a very productive week.
Yeah, for me too. I did some transcribing of some of the material I've written. I've been doing handwriting my stuff, so I have to make sure I can read it so I can type it. I have submitted 2 free write pieces to the Percolator and 1 to Writers Village. It is the same as one of the ones I did to the Percolator, but I did it. I also did a critique for a friend of mine, so that's good. And I did almost 7 pages of a new free write. So all in all, writing has been pretty good. I'm happy with that. I think that's about it for autobiography. And didactic, and tips and tips and trips and.
No, but I think I'm about done.
Yeah, I think we're good here. It seems like it's pretty quick. Yeah, it's under 45 minutes.
Which is surprising considering the fact that we didn't do a lot of geeking out this time.
No, we didn't. And we know that my husband needs to get out and do some things in this front area, so we knew that we kind of had to finish a little bit. We had to finish under an hour. I just wanted to thank again George, who is 10 hours or less, for his patterns, the 3 patterns that he's donated to us for the sweater along. We do appreciate that. We want to thank Kathy again, CatB913,
Our knit-along
for
partner.
our knit-along partner. Please check her out if you don't already. She's really
She's
a lot
really
of
good.
fun. We enjoy her immensely. I do want to mention Jules.
Yes, Jules Lunder.
Jules Lunder, who she is currently doing a
Winding Journey.
The Winding Journey Cal with a K for her
Pattern.
her pattern, her mitts and hat pattern. We will probably be using that pattern during Autism Awareness, but if you want to make one,
That might be what I might cast that on during Autism Awareness. I might use my. Is it fingering weight yarn? No, it's
I think it's worsted. No, it's sport. It's sport.
Yeah. I have some sport in the yarn she calls for too.
Right. I was able to get through the Small Winding Journey podcast of hers. So you might want to check out her podcast to see. It's one of the few ones I can get all the way through.
Yeah, and she worked in Mad Tosh, and I actually have some DK Mad Tosh.
I have 1 skein of I have sport. No, DK. I have
Whatever
whatever pashmina is, I have that. But I was going to do the Arrow Cal with that, so I may have to pick up something else. In any event, if you want to, do a trial run or do half the projects for hers and then come back and do the other half for us, whatever you want to do, check her podcast out. All the proceeds go to a autism spectrum preschool fundraiser type of thing. And
because this particular program, it's provided like very basic support, like for rent a room, but the families really have to.
So you want supplies and materials and things like that. The parents have to fundraise or donate or whatever. So it's a really good cause. It's a little early for our autism awareness type stuff, but she's having it now. So
And that pattern, I think, is always going to go toward that.
I don't know, but right now it is.
Right now.
So so yeah, and just if you think you might be interested in helping her out in that way, and even if you buy the pattern to help her out and then use the pattern for ours,
yeah,
that's fine as well. I think it's a really good cause.
Give people the
Mhm.
pattern, whatever.
Right. You all know that this is important to us for the autism awareness. It's obviously important to her because she has children who are autistic spectrum. So it's a worthy cause. I'll get off my soapbox, so I don't want to, bang you over the head with that. Just something to think about. Okay, I guess that is it. We hope you have a super week. If you're getting snow and kind of that last hurrah of winter, stay warm and enjoy your crafting, whether it's knitting or crocheting or spinning or dyeing or whatever it is you do. This is Pen, Hook, and Needles Podcast, episode 92, and that's a wrap.